Hello, welcome to Unit 6, Being Human, complete IELTS Band 4 to 5 on page 57. By the end of this lesson, you will have some revision on two reading skill, that is skimming and scanning. You will have also been introduced to a new reading skill, that is noting. That is to interact with the reading while you are reading, and you are reading in a very active way. First of all, we look at the title of reading passage number 1, Making a Change. We also look at the subheading, How easy is it for us to change our lives and why? So, we expect the reading to tell us how easy or difficult that change will make in our life. And we also expect to see the reason behind why it is easy or difficult. Forming such expectation is important because it will make our reading become easier. The next step is that we will skim the passage to confirm if our guess is correct or incorrect. By skimming, I mean you read the first sentence and sometimes the second sentence of each paragraph and the last sentence of each paragraph to have a understanding of the main idea of that paragraph. As you know that in writing, we usually have to write the topic sentence, which is placed at the beginning of each paragraph, and that is the main idea of the paragraph. So that is the reason why we have to read sometime the first sentence and sometime the second sentence and the last sentence or the concluding sentence to get the main idea of each paragraph. But this time, not just only read the topic sentence, we also note down on the margin some of the key words that will help us remember the main idea of that passage. Now let's just do a few examples. In the first paragraph, the first sentence is, in 1990, a young American named Christopher gave up his career plans, left behind everyone he knew, including his family, and went off on an adventure. So, in this paragraph, we can see a lot of information related to a person whose name is Christopher. So on the margin, you can note Christopher. Now we move on to the second paragraph. By looking at the first sentence, of course, this is an unusual story. This is not the topic sentence of the second paragraph. It is just a sentence that connects the first paragraph with the second paragraph. So we move on to the last sentence of the second paragraph. It is about this age-related trend can be observed in all culture. This is something about age and how they perceive change. It means that the younger you are, the more likely you like to change. And that is the main idea of the second paragraph. Now we look at the first sentence of the third paragraph. The reason why people all over the world become less keen to change as they get older may be because people's lives generally follow a similar pattern and involve similar demands. By reading the first sentence of this paragraph, we expect that this paragraph will tell us the reason why people might resist change. The next sentence in the fourth paragraph, however, signals something opposite of what had just been said in the third paragraph, which is everybody is quite similar. In the fourth paragraph, people with different personalities might have different views when it comes to changes. So, in the IELTS reading text, we have a lot of paragraphs in one reading passage. By making notes on the margin, it will aid your memory and help you with your answering the questions later in a very easily manner. By locating the key idea, the key words in the questions, we can find the related ideas in each paragraph that we have just taken note on. In this way, you read in a very active way, not just very passively. Now we move on to this question type, yes, no, not given. which is a very common question type in IELTS. It is different from true, false, not given in a way that yes, no, not given relates to the ideas and the opinion of the author, while true, false, not given is about the facts. So yes, no, not given is a little bit more challenging. However, the way that you deal with yes, no, not given is quite similar to how you approach true, false, not given. But be careful, however, not to write true, false, not given while the question asks you for yes, no, not given. Yes, no, not given is generally in order, which means that question number 1 should be in paragraph 1 or 2, and so that you continue the pattern to question number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the first thing you do is to identify the key word in each question. Let's do number 1, for example. Number 1, teenagers are more ready to have new experiences than young adults. The key word that I identify are teenagers, young adults, more ready. Be careful with comparison structures in yes, no, not given and true, false, not given, because this is quite common. Sometimes they have comparison in the questions, but there is no comparison in the reading passage, so the answer will be not given. So the key word here, let me just say it again, teenagers, more ready, new experiences than young adults. Now we can locate very quickly the information in paragraph number 2, and it is in agreement with the information outlined in paragraph number 2, so the answer is yes. So good luck with your reading, and keep reading practice every single day because it will definitely help you.